Salvage the Bones, Chapter 10, last part. Look, it is China. She drops something rust colored and then shoves her nose in it from side to side like a screwdriver. Then she points with her head and dives into what she has dropped. Rolling in it, she moves like smoke, the pink pads of her feet waving in the air. Her eyes are squeezed shut and she wears a wide gum bearing leer. Her fur is turning red. What is that? Randall asks. China must hear because she stops her squirming mid-roll and springs up, water frozen to ice, her lips sealed, her tail out. She sees us, looks down at her prize, and then raises her nose to the simmering sky and barks once. Then she runs away. It is a dead chicken, open raw and still and warm. I imagine that it looks like the inside of my throat, pink with salt and blood. That's ours, I say, but Randall is silent as he starts hopping toward the pit and the house. What are you doing? Randall says it's like he's been at the park all day running himself darker and straighter on the court, running himself until all he becomes is muscle and breath. He is tired and he stands in the doorway of his room, the hall light on overhead, staring. It was a long walk. I shuffle down the hall, alcohol in hand, a wet paper towel for his fists, which he holds close to his face to suck. Junior sucked his knuckles until he was 2, then he stopped. Skeet is sitting on his bed and China has her forelegs on his lap, her nose up. When her neck moves, she is graceful as the spider lilies that grow out on the bayou, bending out over the water. She is licking Skeeta's chin. There are pink smears from the chicken on her jaw. Skeeta is smiling, the kind of shy smile I haven't seen on his face since he used to steal packets of Kool-Aid when we were younger and suck the bitter power, his teeth electric blue or blood red. The puppies sigh and whine in their bucket, which is in the corner of the room, along with the 50-pound bags of food, dog leashes, and half-shredded tires. China's blanket. I'm bringing her inside for the storm. Skeeta doesn't look up. Fuck no, Randall says. I ain't leaving them in the shed. Why not? It ain't strong enough is why not. Ain't nothing wrong with it. It's too flimsy for them. This is a house, Skeeta, for humans, not dogs. Skeet looks up, the shy smile gone. He stops China's licking by muzzling her with both hands. She is as still as any of the wrecks in the yard. The scabbed over wounds on her make her look as rusted as they are. I'm not leaving them out there. Randall's face shatters, and then all that's left is an open window. I'm telling Daddy. Fucking tell him then. Skeeta is all teeth. He lets go of China and stands, and she slides off him, lands squarely, follows Skeeta out of the room. All 3 of them stand in the door of Daddy's room as Randall yanks it open and goes in. Daddy! No sound. Daddy! Daddy lays on his side with his back to us like he's just fallen from something tall, a tree or a fence, and has shattered bone. He rolls over to face us, drags himself up on his elbow. What? The sound ripped from him as if he is speaking around the pain. What do you want? Skeet is trying to bring the dogs inside for the storm. Inside? Daddy's eyes shine in the dark like an armadillo's. Inside what? Inside the house. No, Daddy says. He lays back on his pillows, rolls towards his hand. No, Skeeta says. He elbows past Randall and stands in front of him. China weaves through his thighs, sits, her tongue out, looking almost like a normal dog. I'm not leaving them out there. No? Daddy faces him, lurches up on an elbow. What you mean, no? I said they couldn't stay, and they can't. He would be shouting if he was better, but he stops for a breath between every other word, and what comes out is wheezes. If they go, I go, Skeeta says. What? Daddy breathes. If they go out in the shed, I go in the shed. Skeeta steps farther into Daddy's black room, and he is a blankness in the dark, his voice coming from no face, no head. China glows like white sand on a moonlit river beach. You ain't going out in no shed, Daddy coughs, his throat dry, with no dog. Yes, I am. The darkness moves, and if Randall try to stop me, we're going to fight, all of us. Don't make me get up. Daddy swings his legs over to the side of the bed, pushes up with his good hand, but his feet get tangled up in the sheets, and he tries to untangle them with his bad hand, then yanks it back down and wobbles, high from the pain medicine. He lifts like a drunk. Skeeter moves to leave Daddy's room and comes into the light from the light bulb in the hallway like a swimmer surfacing from a dark swimming hole. Manny swimming up from the bottom of the black hole, eating light, splashing out, being born. Everything deserved to live, Skeeter says, and her puppy's going to live. Skeet, Randall says, and Skeet and China stop in their walk, all three of them meeting in the doorway. China's ears flat on her head, tail up, still and tense as Skeeter. What? Skeeter barks. They are on either side of a crooked mirror, one short, the other tall, both muscle and tendon, tension, wounded knuckles, hands curling. I ain't sleeping in the room with her, Randall reaches. His good hand grabs. Stop! Daddy's voice is hard and loud. He slumps like it was all he had in him to breathe. No fighting. I have to lean to hear him. He sways, punches his good arm in the mattress to hold himself up. It's a category 5, Daddy says. Woman on the news say it's a category 5. Oh, I say, but it is more breath than a word. Daddy has faced a category 5, but we're too young to remember the last category 5 hurricane that hit the coast, Camille, almost 40 years ago. But Mama told us stories about that one. She stay in the room, Skeet. If I see her out once, I'm kicking her out in the middle of the storm. You hear me? Randall, make do. Daddy's arms buckle. I need some soup, Esh. Skeeter folds his arm, cocks his head at Randall like a dog. Randall shakes his. We usually sleep in the living room anyway, Randall, I say, whispering, remembering how tender it was when he found me in the ditch. Esh, Daddy breathes. He lay back on his side, facing the door. Yeah, Daddy? Randall says, I'll get it. He brushes by, stiff arm, and leaves me and Skeeter standing in the hallway. The gas hisses on in the kitchen. Everything need a chance, Esh, Skeet says. And he and China turn into his doorway. China sprawls on the floor, ears pointing to the ceiling again. Her tail thumps and she smiles. The skin on either side of her scabbed breast pulls tight. Skeeter takes the puppies out one by one, cupping their round bellies, and lays them on the floor, where their noses start twitching, and they begin jerking towards China. She looks at them like she looked at the chickens earlier. She licks. Everything, Skeeter says, and looks through me.